Hi, this is Julie Lasky-Mueller, and I'm the founder of the Boutique Real Estate Group. I'm here at Dave Bautista's house. Dave's not only my friend, but a very good client. When Dave asked me to find him a home in South Tampa, he wanted about acres of land, constructed like a warehouse, and a fortress of privacy, and I was up for the challenge. When I found this home, I was certain it was the one, and he immediately knew it had the potential to create exactly what he had imagined. Over the years, I've witnessed Dave methodically transform this home from a blank slate to an artistic masterpiece, showcasing his life, his journey, and everything that he's passionate about. And I'm super excited to share it with you today. I remember walking in and cement walls.
Right, they were
like
all
a warehouse.
kind of very dry plaster.
Yeah.
Not very nice, but the ceilings were enormous. I mean, they were so high. That's why I fell in love with it. And this, I had all this made. This is actually this was kind of inspired by Doctor Strange. So Oculus, they had this great big window. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I saw the gold leaf on Pinterest. It was a silver leaf that I saw that had cherry blossoms over it, and I fell in love with it. And I talked to Megan, who was doing my art at the time, and she suggested gold leaf. And the doors were all original with the house, which was a huge selling point.
Well, that's the thing. It was a cement fortress, but with these incredible doors.
Well, that's why I originally fell in love with the home. It was the floors, it was the structure, it was the property. They were all things that I wanted because I wanted to have a home that was indestructible with dogs. So that's why you probably don't remember, because it pretty much looks exactly like it did, but it's half the size.
Yeah, it came back to me now, but I had completely, because I knew it was the steel.
Yeah, it just came out, it literally came out to here.
Yeah.
And it was so unnecessarily big, and I never understood why it was so big, because I didn't have room for a dining room table.
Yeah, it's
and so I just talked to like a carpenter and some metal workers and asked them if they could kind of make this half the size, and if it was I didn't know what was under there, behind there, because she had these big cabinets built in. I actually have a real dining room table now. So this has by far been the biggest transformation of the house.
Yes.
Because this was a garage at one point. It was a not very nice garage.
Absolutely, I remember. It was a true garage.
Yeah, but this was when I decided that I've just got too much stuff and I'm tired of putting stuff in storage. I'm going to build a bigger garage. I immediately thought that I wanted to turn this into a theater, but I just didn't know if I would have enough space, if we could make it, put central air in and make it soundproof, and because I really wanted an authentic movie theater. But I found a company in Texas that designed it for me, and took forever. It took like 2 years to build, but I mean, now it's like my own little paradise.
Yeah, it came out perfectly.
Yeah, it's perfect. I don't know if you remember what it looked like, but it was awful.
It was like
there was no love in this room. The ceilings are not here. It was just one big, ugly white drywall room.
Yeah.
But it kind of started with these. So my mom bought these for me in an antique shop in San Francisco. And originally I had them hanging. It was just like, I just wanted to put them up. So I had them hanging, and they were just hitting the windows and everything. So I talked to a local designer and was asking her if she could make me something where I could just hold these in place. And then so she kind of threw this idea at me. So anyway, we had these held in place and kind of added to the whole kind of Oriental feel of the room, went with the doors. So we kind of started to work around that with the wood. And this was also another gift from my mom. This room, I think, originally was like an extra bedroom.
Yeah, it was a small bedroom.
Yeah, and it just never made sense to me. But I think even the bathroom had like a little shower in it. And which, I get because there's not many bedrooms in the house, but I just never saw this as a bedroom, so immediately started thinking of it as an office. But originally I wanted to have like a real kind of mid-century, just all black and white feel to it, and so just kind of went with that. Kind of things that would kind of make it unique, like these are all like antique baseball gloves and boxing gloves, but also like I was always in love with these rotary payphones. So I found this one's actually from the 40s, this payphone. And this is an antique barber light from the turn of the century. And but I really wanted to have that kind of antique old school barbershop feel. This is Al's barbershop. It's my grandfather's name was Alfonso Bautista, and he was a barber. He owned barbershops. So I grew up in barber chairs. So I've always had a fascination and a love for barbershops and barber chairs. So my greatest memories as a child were sitting in a barber chair and my granddad giving me a lollipop. But yeah, so that's where the fascination comes from. Al. Do you remember what it used to look like?
I just remember a blank slate.
It was.
And the door.
Yeah, the door was always there, but the frame of the door wasn't there. But
Oh,
everything
yeah,
else,
true.
from the floor to the ceiling, wasn't there. It was all just drywall and nasty and just
drywall and
unfinished.
cement.
Yeah, it was no love at all. Even the shutters are all. I put the shutters in, and so for some reason it was like I had this door. And I had no door over there, and it was driving me crazy because I'm, like I need symmetry in my life. So that is a mock door. It's a fake door that I just had.
I was just wondering. I don't remember
It
that
goes
door
nowhere.
anywhere.
It goes nowhere. I actually you can pull it open, and it's a bookshelf.
Okay.
But when I came in the room, it seemed uneven to me because there was a door here and there was no door there, and so I had them build me
I didn't know you did
a
that.
fake out door. But yeah, the ceilings I think was the finishing touch.
Yeah. Just tied it all together.
Yeah. This was actually one of the last rooms in the house that I did. There used to be there was a wall here, and this here where the toilet was this big, and it had this tiny little shower. It just made no sense at all. And so I just had them take it all down and kind of start all over, and I just had them frame things. This is all what, we put this in. And I always wanted a Japanese toilet, so like an automatic toilet.
Yeah.
But the problem is when you walk by it, it has a sensor, so it'll go up and down. So I didn't want to put doors here, but I thought, these are old Western saloon doors. They're perfect. So if you open it, you'll see the toilet goes up.
That's perfect.
So it's like perfect. I love old signs and like ghost murals and stuff like that. And I had the sauna, a new addition. I actually had some of the closet space just kind of moved out of there so I could fit a sauna in. Yeah, it's kind of like a real guy's closet.
Yeah, it's masculine.
All right, this room has had 4 or 5 different lives.
Yeah.
First it was a den, and there was a theater, and there was storage, and then there was I don't know, kind of just a lounge, and then I had shelves with my lunch boxes. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
Shelves with my lunch box. You used to have like a little mini kitchenette up here because it was meant to be an in-laws quarters. So it was like a living room and then a bedroom, my only other bedroom in the house. But I needed room for my pinball machines. So we decided, since we put the movie theater downstairs, we'd have a game room upstairs. And then I had these shelves built so I could display some of my lunch boxes. The rest of them are in the garage, but yeah, so. This is kind of the third version of this room. Originally, it was just I don't know, kind of drywall and empty, but always meant to be an extra bedroom. I needed an extra room for my son and his little brother, so when they stayed over, they'd have a room. And so I just designed it to be kind of clean and modern, so when any guests came, they'd be comfortable here because. I don't have any bedrooms in the house. That was always kind of the thing about the house is it seems bigger than it is, but it only really has one master bedroom.
Yeah.
And everything else is just,
Nice.
just a lot of open space, which is what I loved about it. So it's perfect for me, but not great if you're hosting guests or you have a 15-year-old kid who needs a room. But this is great though, because he loves it because he feels like he has his privacy. He has his own little apartment.
Yeah.
So I love in the game room out there, and so it's perfect. So this is one of the things about the property that I don't know, because I had more vehicles than I had space, and I always wanted to have a great big garage where I didn't have to have things stored. And because I had stuff stored all over the place, I had my Trans Am stored in Washington, D.C. Like it was all over the place and spread out, and I had a motorcycle here, motorcycle there. I had them stuffed into the old garage.
Yeah.
They were walking around them. So that was the thing. It's like I had
appreciate 'em.
so much property, and I always wanted a big garage. So I don't think people really realized how much property I had until I started building on it. And then you start to really understand how much property this is, why it was such a find, why it was such a steal. So obviously this is a new addition to the house, but it was always meant to be a pool cabana. But I wanted to go kind of against the grain and not feel like your typical, tropical Florida pool cabana. So I wanted it to have like a funky feel, because it's like a little party room. It's like if you're having a pool party and people come here to cool off and have a drink or whatever, or watch TV and watch. So it's, I wanted to have that kind of funky, like old 70s kind of disco lounge feel to it.
That's what it feels like. I feel that disco.
Yeah, disco ball is functioning. I have a little laser light showing here. And obviously like the black light with the neon signs and of course the big Guardians of the Galaxy sign, yeah.
It's just fun.
Yeah, that's super fun. Yeah. So when I went and did Army of the Dead, because I stayed in this house in Albuquerque that had a pool, and I had my trainer come work with me, but we worked in the pool religiously. And so that's kind of what made me start thinking I'm going to go ahead and build a pool. I've got the room for it to build it. I was really against it because I thought I'd never use it, but I can't take credit for this design. This is actually Frankie came up with this design, which
I remember him talking about it.
It's so unique. I've never seen a structure like this, not an outdoor pool.
I haven't either.
And then once we had the pool, put together and the structure up, I had to have flying pterodactyls to stick with the dinosaur theme. Well, this was nothing. This was something I needed to build on the house. I didn't want to build. I needed to build a guest house, really, because I don't have many bedrooms in my house. I wanted, my mom to be able to come and stay with me, but also like my mom, I don't want her to have to walk all the way, to the house to use the kitchen or anything. So I just wanted to be, completely,
She's gonna love this. After we found Dave's perfect dwelling, we continued to pursue his future endeavors. He sought a space that would house his personal gym and secluded office. Allow me to share what I discovered and witness the incredible transformation he brought forth. Thank you again for joining me on this journey of the remarkable properties of one of my most cherished and accomplished clients. Until next time, farewell for now.
What's up, guys? I am here to talk to you about my friend Julie and her company, the Boutique Real Estate Group. And this is what I want to tell you. This, not only do I love this woman, but I also trust this woman. This is our third property together. And what you get with her is an honest real estate agent who's not looking to make a fortune just for herself. She's really looking to get you the best piece of real estate possible for the least amount of money possible.